Hello? Hello? Oh, hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, come. The next toolbox is our translation toolbox. Okay. Uh, Translation,
Under transformation feature.
I mean, transformation features. And the first thing under that is transformation itself. Then we have mirror tools. Then we have our patterning tools. And then we have our scaling tools. These are the three tools, sub tools coming under that. We will see one by one. First one is uh, translation, rotation, and symmetry and axis to axis. There are three types of movements possible. Okay, let me start with the simple geometry. Let me try drawing some simple geometry here. Okay,
Okay, sir.
I'm just offsetting that. Do you use these tools,
Yes, offset.
or have you used it? Okay, okay, good. Only after drawing something, the other toolboxes is active. First one is translation. Okay, for translation, what we do is under translation, you see the entire body will be selected. We have to mention the direction. Either by specifying the edges and all, we can measure, we can say the direction, or just using compass, we can use the direction. With this compass, we can mention the direction. Or right click and so not with the compass. Uh, Select compass direction. Okay, the perpendicular direction will be selected. Or right click and select X component or Y component or Z component as such. Likewise. Okay. Then we have to mention the distance either here or here.
Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
This is the direction movement which we done direction wise. Then if you want to rotate about a plane or about anything, go to rotation. Select. It's ask a dialog box. There's a dialog box asking, do you really want to give the transformation specification? If you do not want to move the geometry, use compass. That it asking that if you're not willing to, if you don't want, you can use that pan option and all. Okay.
Okay.
Or using compass, there is another method. I will show you that not now when we come to that assembly thing and all.
No.
Here I want to move, so I am giving yes, and it is asking for there is definition mode. There are three types. There one is 3 points, axis, two elements, and axis angle. Now we are discussing only axis angle, which is the
Huh.
most commonly used one. Under axis angle, what we do is that select the axis here and then give the angle of rotation. Here we can give the type the angle of rotation, or we can specify from here. From here we can give the rotation angle. Okay,
Okay, sir.
if I'm giving a 90 degree, minus 90 degree, okay, rotate in 90 or 90 degree. Then we have an option called symmetry. In symmetry, for while creating the symmetry tool, what we require is we require a plane for that. Surely we require a plane for that. I'm just translating this thing in this day, not in this direction. You see, also I can give the direction. This translation, okay, the first tool.
Yeah.
We can specify this face. If I'm specifying this face, sorry, face, the face perpendicular to that will be selected and it can be
Yes.
offsetted. Okay. Then we have rotation, translation, rotation. Then we have symmetry. under symmetry what we do is that when we surely we require a plane for that, and as the plane I am selecting this plane. You see, it is same as mirror, but the original element which it will get will
to this plane.
be gone. The original element will be gone. That's it. Okay. But in when
Uh,
we are using mirror option, which is coming after this thing, the original element will also be there, just like we mirror in SolidWorks and all. Then we symmetry. Then we have an option called axis to axis. Before saying axis to axis, you have to learn one thing, that we can define or create an axis system.
okay.
If I'm simply clicking an access system, it will be in the origin. You see, in origin there is an access system, but other than that, we can create in some other parts also. I'm just moving this up in the uh, this in the Z direction. Okay,
Uh,
you see, using the under tools toolbox, there is an option called the access system, and I am creating an access system here on this point. Okay, you see the orientation of the axis? You can see the orientation, right?
yeah.
If I need, I can change the orientation. If I need the Z axis in this direction, go to this option,
Um,
Z axis, click here, and click. If Z axis in this direction, select Z axis here, go to this. You see, the axis orientation is shifted. Understood?
yes,
If
sir.
we want, we can reverse it. You see,
Uh,
currently the origin is this this is xy plane and this is yz plane. Okay,
uh, uh,
understood.
yes, sir.
I'm just hiding these planes so that you can clearly see the other first axis of system which we created. You see, I have to move this thing with respect to this axis system. I have to
Yes.
move this thing with respect to this axis system. For that only, we have this option, transformation axis to axis. For that, as the reference axis, I am selecting this thing, and as the target axis, I am selecting this thing. You see, it will change the orientation of the object according to the way it matches with the uh, target axis. You see, the origin should be here, Z axis in this direction, Y axis in this direction. That means that object should flip around some way and it should be like this. Then only it will be matching with the initial case, right?
Uh, yes, sir. Yeah.
Z axis, X axis. Okay, that is
Both.
that is axis to axis rotation. Otherwise, we have to do a lot of operation. We have to move here, rotate here. Uh, Using rotation and translation option, we have to do that. But with
Yeah.
axis to axis, it is directly available. That's it.
Sir,
Yes.
is it mainly the rotation of this axis, like axis to axis, the same axis will be based on that copying object, like the final object created here, the same axis will be pasted on that object.
Uh, yeah, same object only. Same object will be moved from the original location to the new location with respect to this axis.
Okay, and the axis direction will be the also the same.
Yes, that will match how it was initially. That will be matching. I'm just undoing that. You see, origin is here, and in this phase we want is explain. I'm
Uh,
just redoing Control Y. You see, origin is
oh,
here. In this plane we have X Y,
uh,
and in this plane we have Y Z. Understood?
yeah.
Otherwise, what we have to do, if we have to bring to in this position, we have to rotate first, then move from here to here, then from here to here, we have to move downwards. Okay,
Yes.
such thing is not required. Okay,
Mhm.
those things come under transformation tool. Then we have mirror tool. I think we already said. Oh no, we didn't set. Under mirror tool, even we can use this plane for rotation and all. Okay, This Y is a plane or is a X plane which we created using the axis system option under toolbox can be used for rotation also. I will show, sorry, for mirroring or some other purpose also. I will show you. If I want to mirror this object, click on this mirror, select the object first, then sorry, I have to select the plane first. Okay,
Yeah.
mirror, select the plane, and it is it is mirroring the current solid. Did you see current solid?
Yeah.
Okay, that means current
Yeah.
solid is the entire solid itself. I'm just control. I'm just doing an undo control Z. You see, let there be some other feature also. I will show what's the difference between the current solid thing and some other thing is there. Let there be something here like this, some small feature, a small extrude or something. Let it be there. Okay. Consider
Yeah.
that I have to rotate, I have to mirror both the objects. In that
Hmm.
case, I don't have to choose anything. I can directly go to mirror and select the plane in about which I have to mirror. Either this plane or this face or this face. Any three can be selected. Okay.
Okay.
Selecting this plane, this visor plane. And this visor plane, I'm just selecting this visor plane. You see, here the option is current solid. Uh, it is what's it doing? It is rotating about the current solid only.
Okay.
Okay, that means sorry, it is mirroring the current solid only. That means the entire solid is being mirrored. But assuming
Okay.
I don't want to mirror the entire solid, I just have to mirror this thing only, this
Uh,
extrude, this pad only.
uh,
Select that pad from the tree and go to mirror and select the face about which we have divided. What
uh,
it does, what it did is it is mirroring with respect to the initial object. Okay, I think it is
uh,
mirroring with respect to the initial object. Mirroring elements. There is an issue there. There is a rotation symmetry in between, right? There was an
yeah.
symmetry in between, right? Sorry, there was a
Yes.
transformation in between, right? It is using that object to pad because this pad is not here. Actually, this pad was created somewhere this around this top or some other plane. So that pad is only taken into account for rotation. Okay. Uh, did you understand the case? I will explain it one more.
Yes. I did understand.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine. The point here was while mirroring here, did you see it is feature list, not
Yeah.
the current solid. It is only selecting the feature which we selected.
Yeah. But
Okay.
sir,
Yes.
but if we don't apply that transformation, instead of that, we create a part in another sketch and apply mirror, then it won't happen, I think.
Sorry.
Suppose like in this interface, we also applied transformation, then we created a mirror. Okay, so if we don't do that, if we create parts separately and do mirror, then I think this thing will not happen.
This will not happen. This will not happen. If we are separately creating, we will show here itself. If I am just separately doing that thing, that issue won't be happening here. That's you as well, right?
Yeah.
There is a patch, and also there is a smaller one here. You see, I'm selecting this patch, mirror, and selecting this plane. You see, only that thing is created and mirrored. It is feature list. If
Yeah.
I need two pad, I can select two pad. But here also, if I'm not selecting anything, the entire solid, considering all these things, will be mirrored. Okay, all these
Mm-hmm.
things will be mirrored if I'm selecting just this one and selecting the plane. This, you see, the entire geometry, all the geometry is considered, and it is showing here current solid. Current solid means even if it is separate solids only, for the convenience of studying only, we are creating like this. The software select it as a single body, which is this part body. Okay,
Yes.
even if I'm applying some material and all, it will be going to the entire part only. I will show you. If you see, just consider I'm just applying some paint or some on this face or this body. It will be going to the entire body only. To show the material, we have to switch the shading view to realistic. Okay, sorry, shade with the material. You see, even if I apply it to only to this body, it is taken for all the body because it is all all comes under one part body.
Okay.
But if we need to create a new body like this, we have some options which will be coming. You see here under insert, we have something called a body. If I'm inserting that, it is taken. It is now a new body.
Okay.
Okay,
Uh,
we will say about this thing in detail in coming sessions. Okay.
sure, sir.
If I'm creating a new thing, that material properties won't be getting reflected to the new body, which is under this part body too. For that, right click and we have to do some option called define work object. I'm right clicking this body too and giving an option called a define work object, and I'm creating a new body. Then it will be coming under this body too only. Otherwise, it will be going to this part body again.
Okay, okay.
The part body again. Here now it is taken as a separate body. You see, for identification, for understanding purpose only, I gave the material properties and all. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Just giving a small introduction about this body option. I'm just deleting it back and continuing with our geometry. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Where were we have reached up to mirror. Okay. Transformation feature, translation, and then mirror. Then we have patterns. Under pattern, the first one is rectangular pattern, circular pattern. Then we have user pattern. Under rectangular pattern, what is rectangular pattern compared to our last software?
That we have to select the direction and the object to pattern. That's all.
Yeah.
Like x-axis and y-axis and the pattern, the feature body.
Rectangular pattern means we are patterning in only
Rectangle.
in two directions. Okay, in x and y direction, or
Yeah.
horizontal and vertical direction. Right.
Huh. Huh.
For patterning also we have to specify what.
We have to create a part, and that onto that we have to create another part by giving sketch. Then we have to pattern that, I think.
Yes. Set patch. Okay. I'm changing to with the shade with the edges. Okay. You see, I have to pattern this feature throughout here. Okay, like this in this phase. For that, select the part two. Go to patterns and rectangular pattern. You see here it is. Here you can see it is pad two. Objective pattern is pad two, not the current solid or anything. Okay. Then
Hmm.
there is two direction, first direction, second direction. We have to mention the single each direction separately. Here there is a reference direction option. I'm clicking on this thing, and this is the first direction. Similarly, we have to specify the direction of the second direction also. Then there are few options here. You see, hello, Vishnu, are you there?
Yeah, yeah, I'm listening, sir. I'm listening.
Okay. You see, the first one is instance and length, and by default, this or instant and spacing will be the default option. Instance means total number of objects. You see, if I am
Yeah,
giving three, there will be total in three, and the spacing between each object. If I am increasing the spacing, there will be 25
different.
spacing.
Yeah,
Okay, and then we have something called instance and length. Under instance and length, what it does is it is showing the overall distance is 25, 25, 25, total 75. The overall distance and total count. If I am increasing the overall distance to 100, the overall distance from this point to this point will be 100, and in between spacing will be automatically updated, which we have no control over, and we will be having control over instance and space. In the previous case, instance and spacing, the total length will be automatically controlled. We will be having automatically assigned. We will be having control only over the spacing and instances. When we 25, total there will be 25, 25, 25, 70, four elements, right? So 25,
yeah,
25, 25, total 75 will be the uh, 75 will be this length. And then we have an option called spacing and length. Here we won't control instances count. We will be controlling what the total spacing and so total length and spacing between that. Total length from here to here and individual spacing. Okay.
yes, sir.
First direction, then we have second direction. And a second direction, just select this reference element and select on this edge. Similar, all the other options are same. If you have to reverse direction, click here and then give reverse direction. Okay, and you can see small dots, right? That dots, if you don't want to pattern something, just click on that dot. It won't be on the final pattern. If you have to bring back that, click on it again. Okay. Then there is one more option under this. In both the cases, the options are right, similar. Okay, instant
Yeah,
and unequal spacing. That means we can change the spacing between two parts. Just double click on that and you click preview. You can see the preview. Okay, this is instance and unequal spacing. Understood? Sure.
yes, sir.
Okay, this is all about currently what we pattern is the objective pattern is the pad 2.
But,
If I want to pattern the entire solid also, I can do that. Just click here. Okay, just click this part 2 and just click here and do the entire object will be patterned. But here what I need is only to pattern this thing. This small projection has to be patterned. Okay, you can
yes,
complete it. Then you will get the final result. Then we have some option called a circular pattern, and as you have guessed, in circular pattern, what we do is creating some features around an axis. For that, surely we need an axis. That axis can be an edge, a line, or anything. Here I am using or a circular face. Here I am using a circular face to do the pattern. I'm giving a small hole, just like this. Then I'm just creating something here. Let it be again a small projection like the previous case. I am using this dotted line, our construction geometry, to create some PCD, pitch circle dia for this thing.
Huh.
Okay, I'm giving a concentric. These things has to be used while creating geometries in the text. Okay, you should send me some drawings. Okay, also make sure that along with the watching the videos, you are also practicing.
Okay, sir.
Otherwise, you will be having trouble in while doing.
Sure, sir. I'll do that.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah, sir.
uh, I think you haven't sent any images.
No, sir.
Okay, okay.
Actually, sir, I'm just practicing on toolbox mainly
Sorry.
on the. I'm practicing the tools mainly, so I'll
No,
if
along
I
with the tools, if you are practicing sketch tools, draw some sketches along with that. Okay.
sure, sir, sure.
Okay, fine. You see, here I have to pattern this thing, this small pad around this face. For that, go to circular pattern as the objects to pattern, not the current solid, but this pad 3. And as the reference axis, either I can provide some edges, some edges like this. So it will be
Uh,
patterning around that edge. But what I
uh,
need is not like that. I want to pattern about this face. Go select this reference here. Go to this. Select this face. Okay, understood.
yes, sir.
Okay. Then we have some options here. In previous case, it was instances length and spacing. Here, instead of length, we have angular spacing. Sorry, total angle, and instead of spacing, we have angular spacing. You see, instance and angular spacing will be the default one. Here, mention the angle and the in between angles. Okay,
Yeah.
or if you know the total angle and the angular spacing, give total angle and angular spacing. If we have to pattern only 180-degree, in between angle as 20, the count will be generated automatically. There will be 10 parts. Okay, if you know
Yeah.
total angle and instances, give total angle and instances, which will be most commonly used by us, like
Okay.
360-degree and 8 location. Okay.
Uh,
Then we have crown definition. Here, what we do is that we will be extending this thing uh, layer by layer, increasing. Currently, only one layer is there. If we want to more layer, go to crown, and that also has some different option. You see, there is circle and circular spacing, and if I am giving two, you see the total circular spacing
yeah.
between these two will be 20. If I
Uh,
know and I can increase this distance. Okay.
okay.
Okay. If I know the total crown thickness, that is from here to here, I can change that. Drop down this one, spacing and crown thickness. Okay. The thickness will be uh, 30 and the spacing is uh, 90. You see the total thickness. The total thickness is 9 from here to here 38, and the spacing will be 90. This is the way we have to use that one. Okay. And here also most commonly this option we don't use much. We the use of that options won't arise much. I haven't encountered this use of this
uh,
tool very often.
okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Several instances are spacing at the same location may cause. There was a, I think that is a warning only, right?
Yeah.
Warning saying something like, let us see what is that again.
So I think inside of this instances, there is more instances is hiding.
But how come that's possible?
I mean,
That is a warning. Several instances are occurring at the same location. This may cause.
sir, it is visible in oil frame size, sir.
Sorry?
like it is visible. It is visible in this, inside of this object. No, by through we can see that. We cannot see that. But when the warning is coming, it is showing there.
No, that is the original object only. There shouldn't be.
Okay.
Let's see. That
Uh,
is the original object. Mm, circles
but sir,
for
click okay.
for
Maybe.
spacing. There shouldn't be there. There has to be no need of that. Let me try some larger one. Is it the touching universe? I shouldn't anyway. I didn't find. Can't find what's the reason for that. Let me try some other thing. Circles and circle spacing. Let me see whether it is there in this also.
Okay, sir.
Please try this. Try that tool, okay, and see. Tell me whether that is coming. I don't find
Sure,
any
sure,
issue
sure.
here actually. Either if any issue is there, that will be only with respect to this initial object. For that, I might have given some. Ah, yes. You see.
360 degree that angle, and I think the instances number also.
Ah, yes, it's eight, but we can't see eight instance here, right? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Why it is happening like this? It has to be placed
Uh,
equally, but that is not done here.
yeah.
Since
Uh,
at the total angle for maybe.
Again.
Let me change these options to angular spacing. No, total angle and angular spacing. Angular
Uh,
spacing is 30. Total angle 360. And what is 360 by 8?
360 by 8. It will be 45, I think. 45, sir.
The problem is coming only with that value, not 45. Which should be 1 minute. Hello.
Sure, sir.
Okay, that issue was with regard to the angle something only. Okay,
Uh-huh.
because when we are using these other parameters, it's not showing. You see, complete. We were saying about this one, right? Angular spacing and instance. No, total angle
Yes.
and instance. In total angle and instance, mm, it is 360 degree, and we have to say the angle. And similar to that, there is one more thing: complete crown. By default, the total angle will be 360 degree in complete crown. Okay.
Okay.
When I'm using that options, the other issues which we faced earlier was not there. Okay. Anyway, please practice this thing. Okay. Then we have hello.
Yes, sir, I'm listening, sir. I'm here.
Then we have something called the sketch-driven pattern. Sorry, user pattern, which is very similar to our sketch-driven pattern in SolidWorks. In that, we have to mark some points like this. We have studied this point option, right?
Yeah, on
Yes.
inside works.
Now here,
Oh, here also, yes.
points, and consider I have to pattern these holes with respect to these points.
Hmm.
Select the pocket, go to, exit from the sketch, select the pocket, go to user pattern, and under the position select any one of the sketch. Automatically that entire sketch will be selected and we can give. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Understood. This is user pattern. These are different types of patterns which comes under CATIA, that is under transformation tool, the third option. Then we have one tool called scale. There are two options under scale, which is one is scaling and one is affinity. The difference between two is for the scale option, the reference point we can control the reference point, but in it will be patterning in all the direction. In x, y, z and z axis, it will be patterning. But when it is affinity, we can specify an origin and we can specify the direction of pattern. You see, either in x direction or in y direction or in all three direction or in any of the two directions, we can go.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I will show you with the
Okay.
to one small geometry part. Okay, I'm drawing something like this, not a cylinder. Let it be something like this. A little bit easier, a little bit for understanding the concept. Okay, you see, I'm changing into shade edges. And you see, under scaling, if I am selecting the reference point as this one, this will be the reference point and the scale factor will be this. It will be direct patterning in all the direction
Yes,
from
yes.
this base point, right? In X, Y, and Z direction. If I need to give two, okay,
Uh,
then you understand the idea, right? If
yes,
I'm
sir.
using affinity, instead of that, if I'm using affinity, you see, I have to mention the origin. If uh, I have to pattern. Sorry, I have to scale about this point. I have to make
Uh,
it the origin and specify x, y is the direction.
uh,
I'm selecting this
okay.
as the xy plane and this as the x-axis.
Uh,
Okay, so x,
yeah.
y, z. And if I have to enlarge or scale it only in the x direction, give this thing. You see, it's scaling only in the x direction. Let it be 1.5 times. And in y direction, let it be, sorry, in x direction, let it be 3 times. Understood?
Yes. Uh,
This is the difference between scale and affinity.
okay, okay.
These are the basic transformation tools in CATIA. Okay,
Okay, sir.
then these are the main tools which are coming under part design. I think you should practice some geometries and make sure that these tools are very clear. Sketch based dress up, not this one, transformation features. Okay.
Okay, sir. So what about that uh, split and other things? Is it under part design or like under surface to
Now,
surface?
after these tools, we will see about this. This one, right? Sketch based, surface based features.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm talking about this thing. Is it in?
Yes, this all the options of which we see here are under part designs only. Okay,
Okay, okay.
we will be learning up to this thing, up to this thing, Boolean.
Advanced Boolean operation.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Then,
And sir,
is there any doubts with the previous topics and all?